Okay, I'm recording now.
Yeah, good. Hi, my name is
Hello.
Dion Percival. I am a technician here and the trainer.
Okay.
So, as you're aware, today we will do the interpreters console, like we will do the training.
Yep.
Let me share my screen with you very quickly. Just 1 second, please. Okay. Okay. I will need to allow sharing my screen here.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. I will need to refresh my own page as well, so it will take
okay, how many one at a time? So I've got it. All participants can share.
Let me join back in again, so it will take all the changes. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, let's see if I can share the screen. Yes, yes, I can. Okay, so let me just maximize. Are you still able to see my screen?
Yep, that's good.
Okay, great. So here we have the Interactio panel. So this is where you will have the event. So let me just quickly, when you log in as an interpreter with your credentials, you will be directed here on the interpreter's desk. Please disregard all these options that you see right now because they are only for me as a technician, but you won't be able to see all of them. So once you log in as an interpreter, first of all, you have to select the languages that you need. So I created a test event, so the setup might be different for you during the event. You might have different languages, but the logic and the idea behind it is all the same. So first of all, you need to select the languages that you want to hear. It doesn't matter if you only select 2 or all of them, because you can adjust them afterwards, like during the event. So just to showcase it, I will only select 2 of them and then click select.
So those are the languages that you want to hear spoken to you so that you can then interpret them?
Yes. So you can only select the languages that you want to hear. The language that where you are interpreting, they are already pre-selected from you during the event creation. You cannot select them. You can only select to interpret to them, but you cannot add different languages where you can interpret to. So this is the Interactio panel, but that you will see like when you log in as an interpreter. And the main page here, which is important for you, it is the video page. You will be able to see everything here. Once you're joined with the Interactio, you will see the video feed. You will be able to see the PowerPoint, everything that it is shared from the participant side.
Okay, so that would be if we were at a live event, wouldn't it? Is that right?
Yes.
Because what we're doing is, because we're running it on Zoom, I don't think we're going to be able to feed the Zoom window through into that.
We can do that. And we can do that as well. Yes. So we can feed the Zoom video here and they will be able to see everything.
Great.
And in order to see everything, you need to click on this little play button here. For now, if I press on it, we won't be able to see any video feed because there is nothing happening.
Sure.
But you will see it, it will start loading like this, and then afterwards you will be able to see the video feed.
Yep.
As you see here, you have video stream 1. For me, it is the name of the video feed, but during the event, you might need and you might have a different name here. So this is just the name of the feed. On this video area, there are 2 buttons that you can use. In the bottom corner here, you will see the first button, which we call picture-to-picture mode, which if you click on the first button, right now it's not taking any actions because the event is not running at the moment, but it is very helpful if you have any presentation. So if you want to see the presentation, you will be able to click on this picture-to-picture mode, and then you will see like the presentation in pictures. And next to it, we also have the full screen mode. But the full screen mode, what it does, it is that it will take your entire screen. So if you click on the full screen mode, you won't be able to see anything else but the video. So I'll click on it just to demonstrate it to you. So here is what you will be able to see. So just the video feed and nothing else. In case you press on the button and then you want to go back, you can press on the button here again, or you can click on your escape key on your keyboard, sorry, on the escape button.
Sure.
Any questions about the video part?
No, that's fine. Yeah, we can see that. You're going to show me that operating in a minute, I presume.
Yes.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, so next to it, what we have, it is the chat box. So the way how the chat it is organized, it is in different channels. So you have a channel which is, as we see, interpreters training. For now, this is the name of the event. So the first channel that you will see, it will have the name of the event, and it will be available for everyone. So all the people who are logged in Interactio platform, they will be able to see the interpreters training chat. We have company and question and answers chat, but since for your setup, like it's not necessary to know, we won't spend time on it. But one of the chats which is important for you, it is tech support chat, which is the chat that you will be able to communicate with the technician of the event. So you will have a technician who will be monitoring the event. You can communicate with the technician here through the chat. Just click on the chat, and then here we have the channel. You can customize your message, or you can just send one of these predefined options, which we have slow down, for example, in case the participant is speaking too fast, and as an interpreter, you don't have any contacts with the participant. You just let the technician know that just slow down because you cannot keep up with the pace of the participant, and then the technician will try his best to reach out to the organizers and make this happen for you. So just to avoid this communication between interpreters and the participants, because as an interpreter, you will be focused in the interpreting instead of just reading the messages, and sorry about that, instead of reading the
messages. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we'll probably use that a little bit. We've got someone who's kind of going to manage the interpreters as a whole during the event, and so that person will be the person they feed back to, and then they can get in touch with me, who's sort of controlling the Zoom meeting. So yeah,
this is great. So if you'd like, on your side, you can also join as a technician, not for the interpreters, for you. Like you can join here as a technician, just in case you want to keep an eye on what is happening through the chats, or whether the interpreters have any concerns or anything that you might help them with. But otherwise, like if you don't want to join in it, like, sure, like the person who will be monitoring the event, he or she will be able to take care of it.
Yeah. Okay.
For the interpreters, right now we won't be able to see it, unfortunately, but we have another chat here, which is called interpreters chat, and this interpreters chat will be designed. It is designed for the interpreters, so they can communicate with each other in the chat, and then they can keep the tech support chat, for example, and the main chat, they can keep them clean. The reason why we don't see it right now, it is intentional, because for the moment, first reason it is the event is not happening, and the second reason it is that I don't have any other interpreters joined, but in the moment that there are at least two interpreters joining, you will be able to see the interpreters chat.
Okay.
So this is all about the chat channels. Do you have any questions about the chat part?
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Great. Okay, going next, we have in this session here, the whole session, I will go in details on all the functions. On the left side, you will have the language that you will hear. So you will be able to hear the floor, or you can hear, like for me, for example, I can also hear the English interpretation, if there is an English interpretation.
Right.
If you click on these buttons, you will be able to hear both of them at the same time.
Right.
Or you can just click one of them and then you choose which one you want to hear. If you see down below, you have this plus button. If you remember, in the beginning, we only chose two languages and left one language didn't select it, but you can add it during the event. So for example, you click on the plus button, Spanish is the other language, click add, and then you will be able to have it here and you will be able to listen to it if you want to. And if you want to delete one language, to remove it from here, you click on the cross button, and then you will see the pop-up message, click OK, and then the language will disappear.
Okay, so just one question on that. So
yes.
For example, if you were the Spanish translator, then obviously you wouldn't have the Spanish option on there, would you? You would be logged in as the Spanish translator, so that language would be you rather than, so it wouldn't be something you could select.
You'd still have it, and this is because, let's say, in case you have a booth partner, if there are two Spanish interpreters, you can listen to your partner. But you can only listen to your partner where you're not interpreting. So you won't be able to listen to the, let's say, if you are interpreting on the Spanish channel, you won't be able to listen to your own interpretation. But when you're not live, you'll be able to listen to it.
So where do you select? So for example, when my interpreters first start off and they need to select which language they're going to interpret into, where's that selection made?
We will get to it like in a second.
Okay,
so
brilliant.
Yeah, before that, as I mentioned, you have all the language channels that you can listen to, and then in the very bottom, what you see, it is the loudspeaker icon or the speakers icon. So if you click on the speakers icon, you will be able to select the speakers that you have, like different headphones, or your. We suggest only using headphones, not like computer speakers, because your microphone might capture this sound and then you will have an echo, which wouldn't be very good for the interpretation. So this is all about the left side. Now on the right side, we have the other options. So we have the languages where you are interpreting to. So I have the English. I'm able to interpret in the English, and then I am able to interpret in the Spanish. So for me right now, it is floor and English. This is what it says here. And this is just because of the event setup that I created. So you will be able to select your languages here. So you select on it, and then you will be able to interpret. As I mentioned earlier on, you won't be able to customize those languages here because they are already pre-selected for you. So you cannot.
That's done when I set the event up.
Yes, that's done when you create the event, because you know which one of the interpreters is interpreting to which languages. Yeah.
Okay.
And if you see next, we have, so of course it is the name of the language, and then here, if you see this little black box with the 0, it is the area where you can see how many listeners do you have on your own channel.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so you are able to see the listeners as well. And please keep in mind that in order to activate a channel, the button which will activate the channels, it is the button like in the for example, for English channel is B and for floor is A. So this English and floor here, they are only images. They are only indicators of what button does. They are not buttons. So if you just click on them, nothing will happen.
It's the button at the side.
On the side, you have buttons. And down below, we have the microphone options. So if you remember, on the left side, you have the speakers option. On the right side, you have the microphone. So you click on the microphone, select the microphone that you want to use, and just click on the X button or somewhere outside of this box, and then you will be able to change your microphone. So if you see, the name changed here. Okay, I'm going back to the default device. So this is all about the buttons that we have. Like on both sides, you have the buttons. So the left side, it is about the language that you are listening to. And the right side, it is about the language where you are interpreting to. On this central area, what we have, it is, first of all, this big space where we see only the borders, and then within it we see ready and press mic to start. This is the indicator whether you are interpreting or not. So for the moment, I'm not interpreting. Everything is grayed out. And then when I will be interpreting, we will be able to see the change here, but we will get to it in a second. Before that, all we need to remember it is that this area is responsible to let you know whether you're live or you're not, or whether your partner is requesting for a handover. A few indicators to keep in mind in this area here is the clock button. So on this clock button, it is, I'm sorry about that. On this clock button, it is the local time of the event. So for me, it is 2:25 p.m. Lithuanian time. And for you, it will be the local time where your event would be. Please keep in mind and don't confuse it with the local time of your computer. This time here, it's not the local time of your computer. It is the local time of the event.
Right.
Next to it, we have this stopwatch. And it is a stopwatch. What it does, it is that it counts how many seconds and how many minutes you have been interpreting. So in the moment that you go live, the stopwatch will start counting. And then in the moment that you're not live anymore, so in the moment that your booth partner takes over, the stopwatch will stop. And when you take over again, the stopwatch will start over from 0. This is very helpful because if you have a booth partner, for example, you might have an agreement with your booth partner that each one of you will interpret for 20 minutes or for 30 minutes, and then the other will jump in. So you have the stopwatch here, it will count, so you don't need to worry and just checking the time, the clock from time to time, and just see for how long you've been interpreting. And next we have the name of the room. So it is room 1. We have only one room for this event. And then you are able to see the interpreter's training. So the name of the event. If you remember, this name here corresponds with the name of the chat, the main chat here. Next, if we see on this other area, it is the device that we are using. So if you are using Google Chrome, which is the browser that we highly recommend and suggest, when you're using Google Chrome, you will be able to see your computer, what computer you're using. And then next to it, you will be able to see the internet connection, whether you have good internet or not. And then you will be able to see whether your computer is plugged in or it is on battery. So if it is on battery, you will be able to see the battery here. Yes, so do we have any question about this part so far?
No, that's good. I'm okay with that bit.
Okay, so If you remember what I mentioned in the beginning, this area here, it's an indicator whether you are interpreting or not. And we will look at it right now. So what I will do right now, it is explain these buttons, which are the buttons that are very important for you. The first button is the partner button, which is the button that allows you to listen to your partner in case you're not interpreting. And next to it, you see the floor button. So these two buttons, the way they work, it is they take over each other. So let's say, for example, if you are listening to the partner, and in the moment you want to listen to the floor, and then you click on the floor, your partner will go off. So you won't be able to listen to the partner anymore, but you will listen to the floor. So just a demonstration here.
Yeah.
And it is the same. But in case you want to listen to your partner and to the floor as well, you click on the partner here. Or let's say if your partner is on the Spanish language, you click on the Spanish language, and then you click on the floor as well here on those buttons.
Okay.
And so you are able to listen to the both channels. Next, this button in the middle is the microphone button. So if we click on the microphone button, you will be able to see all the changes. So in the moment, click on the microphone button, and you see the color is changing here. I am interpreting. I am live on the English channel. As you see, the English channel here is on red, indicating that I am interpreting in this channel. And as you can see here, the stopwatch is counting. As I mentioned before, the stopwatch will count like for as long as you are interpreting. But if you go off and your booth partner is taking over, the stopwatch will stop counting. And when you go back on again, it will be reset to 0. So just to see, this is what it happens. But if for some reason you press, you are live and then you press the microphone button by mistake, the stopwatch won't stop unless you've been off for 5 seconds. So if you click on microphone button and then just click and then back on again, the stopwatch will continue. So it needs around 5 seconds to reset to 0.
Yep.
Right. Next to it, we have this mute button. The mute button is a little bit different from the other buttons that I already explained, because if you click on one of these buttons, you activate the button and that's it. But the mute button, or as we call the cough button, works different. So we use this button in case you need to cough, for example, or sneeze, and then you don't want this to interrupt your interpretation or to interfere with it. You click on the mute button and you're muted. The way how the mute button works, it is you need to click and hold on it. So you click and hold, and then you're done sneezing or you're done coughing, for example, you release the button, release the mouse, and then you are back live again. So just demonstration, I am live, and then the stopwatch is counting. I press mute, and then I see the status here is changed, and then I click on mute again, and then I'm back on. So I don't need to do anything else. Next to it, we have the handover button. The way how the handover button, it notifies your booth partner that you are requesting for a handover. For the handover button to work, the criteria that needs to be met, it is that you have to be the active interpreter, which means that you have to be interpreting, and then you can request for the handover. If you are not interpreting and you click on the handover button, which I will do right now, you will see this message, you are not broadcasting. So you cannot request the handover if you are inactive, if you are not interpreting. The only way how you can notify your partner if you want to take over, it is just by texting on the interpreter's chat. But if you are interpreting, you are live, and then you see that your timing here is like close to the time of the agreement, you click on the handover button, and then you will see that you are live on English channel and you are waiting for the partner. In the moment that you see this button, this indication, the only thing you need to do it is just continue interpreting and finish the sentence, and your booth partner will take over. I'm pretty sure that for all the interpreters who will be using the platform, they have experience on interpreting, and I'm pretty sure that this wouldn't be an issue. So you'd wait for your partner to finish the sentence, and then you will take over. So if you are interpreting, please only press the handover button and just don't do anything. In the moment that you finish your sentence and your booth partner will take over, you will see that your microphone will be cut off. It will go on the gray mode. So you won't be able to see the red status anymore. You won't be live. So the your booth partner will take over. Please keep that in mind. It is very important, because if you're live and you request it for the handover, if your partner will take over and then you click on a microphone button again, you are cutting off the partner and you're taking over from his or her channel. And if you're taking over from their channel and you're not interpreting anything, it means that your channel will be silent, because no one will be interpreting. Or unless there is some sound going on and your microphone is picking up the sound, everyone will be able to hear the sound coming from your microphone. But to be on the safe side,
go on.
the handover and your job is done with this process.
So just to clarify that, if we do use the handover, how do you know that your partner's ready?
So in the moment that you're live, and then when you click the handover button, your partner will see that you are requesting a handover. So in the moment that the partner sees that you are requesting a handover, your partner will wait for you to finish the sentence, and then he or she will press the microphone button and will take over immediately. So you don't need to do anything. So your partner will know, because he will see that you are requesting for the handover. Okay, so it is then after that, you just don't press the mic button again. Yes. Let's just leave it and it'll go off by itself. Yes, this is true. So in the moment that your partner will take over, your microphone button here will change. It won't be on with this red line anymore, but it will be grayed out as we see it right now. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Great. So this is all about this console. Something that I would like to mention, it is that if you see all these buttons here, for example, they have numbers 1, 2, 3, and then the buttons here, they have the numbers A, B, and also these numbers. So if I zoom in my page a little bit, these buttons here, they also have a letter. So E for partner, F for floor, space for microphone. So what happens, it is that if you're not live, and then you just click on space by mistake, you might take over the partner. So just to be on the safe side, in the moment that you are here, in the moment that you are interpreting, or even not interpreting, but just joining the Interactio, you click on one of the channels. So let's say tech support channel, and then click here so to compose a message. And then doesn't matter whether you press a button by mistake, you will not affect it, because the button will be here, for example, and then you can delete it, or even if you send it by mistake, it is completely fine. You can just leave it as it is, or just explain the technician that you pressed it by mistake. So okay, so that is just like a way to ensure that while you're waiting, you don't press one of the shortcut keys by mistake. Yes, and that takes it, but they all becomes inactive then, does it, when you're in the chat? Yes, that is correct. Well, they don't really become inactive, so they are still active, but when you are in the chat, they are responsible for the chat. So instead of doing a specific action, they will act as normal keys. So as P, for example, or F for the floor.
Right. Yes. A spacebar won't start your microphone. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So this is all we have for the interpreter's desk. It is very straightforward and easy to use. Please let me know if you have any question or if you need anything to be explained in more details. I'm happy to explain that to you.
Okay, well, I think I'll probably just share this video with the interpreters, and then they'll probably have some other questions, but I can always, I think I've understood it, and I can always try and answer those for them, but then we can always get back to you, I presume. Is there any way I can ask you questions beyond this meeting?
Yeah, just let me get back to you. Okay, you can reach out to me like through Julian.
Yep.
Or maybe through your I can send you my details via email. I can send you my email and my phone number via email, so you will have them on hand.
I think we should be fine because we can rewatch what you've said and just go over it a number of times. So that's good. Yeah,
well, in case you want to save some time and don't want to spend too much time on going over watching the entire video, you can just please feel free to reach out to me whenever you want.
Thank you. In terms of the video feed coming through and how we connect into Zoom, that would be important for me to understand.
Yes, sure. I can explain that to you. So let me. So going back to, I will close the interpreter's desk for now, and then going back to the on the panel. So when you log in with the in the beginning, you will see like the way how you set up the event. It is through the AV console. So you go on the AV console and then click on select, and then you will see this console here. So when you are on the AV console, it is a completely different console from the interpreters. The way I work with the AV console, it is in the beginning. Please keep in mind that in the beginning, it will come by default. You will have this first line, this channel. It will come always to you. But the way I work, and most of the technicians, most of my colleagues here work, it is delete this first line, and then you can add the lines you want to. But first, you turn on the AV console by clicking on this power on button.
Okay.
You turn it on, and then you can add all the streams that you'd like. So I will click on the plus button, and then as you see, you have these options. Please let me know if it is like big enough or I need to zoom my screen.
No, I can see that. It's fine.
Okay, great. So the way I work, it is the very first stream that I add. It is the video stream. So I add a remote video broadcast, and then click add, and then I will see that I have the video stream. I need to wait for a little bit till it loads, and it will do the connection with the servers. And then once it is done, or even while it is loading, if you see on this on the left side on this toggle, if you click on the toggle button, you will be able to select the video feeds. So the first feed for me, it is the Canyon, so my own camera. The second one, as you see, it is Manicam. Manicam is a software, virtual webcam that if you have the Manicam, you can capture everything that is happening on your own screen, and then you can send it here. So, for example, just to demonstrate it to you, okay, I have the Manicam here. I select it, and then next, where you see here where it says it's not present, you click on these arrows, so on the arrows, and then you pin. pin the video stream. Yeah. So just for sake of demonstration, I will open the ManyCam for you. Let me see. Okay, on the ManyCam, I have myself there. I have the ManyCam. So now if I click on this I button here, I will be able to see myself as I use like for the ManyCam. But if, let's say from the ManyCam, I want to choose something else, not instead of myself. Just 1 second. Let me select a different preset on ManyCam. Yeah, okay, so I will just choose the desktop. Yeah, I'm choosing, 1 second. Yeah, a Google Chrome page, for example. Okay, so I'll open a new Google Chrome page, and then you will be able to see that the camera here will change. Okay, Google Chrome. Okay. Okay. Just 1 second, almost there. Just sharing, selecting the correct one. Yeah, as you can see, it's not my camera anymore. I'm just sharing like the Google Chrome page, or let's say if I open, doesn't really matter if I open Safari, for example, and then on the ManyCam, I will choose Safari on the presets. And let me just delete it, the Google Chrome page, and then I will choose Safari. Here I have Safari.
Okay.
And it is the same. I can choose the zoom as well.
So basically, we need a designated computer where we stream the zoom through into this system.
Yes.
Using this third-party software like the ManyCam, something like that.
Yes. So in what happens in case you are launching, you will be the one who will be responsible for the event. Like you don't have any technicians from the Interactio side. Right. You will need one computer to launch the event. So you will launch the event from one computer. So you launch the event on Interactio, launch Zoom there, and then you will need this ManyCam, or like maybe you have a different software, like depends on the software, like doesn't really matter, because here, as you can see on the Interactio, you are able to select the software that you'd like to have, so the video feed that you'd like to have. Yeah. In case I had.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I've also got something called Logitech Capture, which is very similar. That just captures whatever's on your screen or something. Yeah.
That would be great. But something to keep in mind, and it's important, like I am not very familiar with the software that you have, but please make sure that the software will capture audio and the video as well. If it captures the audio and the video as well, your interpreters only need to log in here on Interactio, and then you will stream the audio and the video feed from Zoom. You will stream it for them, and then they will be able to interpret through there. So they wouldn't need to join in Zoom and then like have two or three different tabs open.
Okay, so you know for sure that ManyCam does that.
Yes, ManyCam is the one I'm using.
Okay, well,
and
we might just use that anyway. That's probably good idea
but,
to just use what you've used.
Okay, something to keep in mind for the ManyCam, it is you have to pay for the license. Otherwise, you will see a watermark.
Okay.
But
Where do you see the watermark? Is it on? Would it just be on the video for the interpreters?
Yes.
Okay.
It will be only for the interpreters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for audio capturing software, what I would suggest it is VB cable is a very good one, a powerful one. And it is the simplest one. It is free. You don't need to pay anything. Just Google VB cable audio capture, something like that. And then
how do you spell that?
It is so it is Violet, Bravo, Charlie, Alpha, Beta, Lima, Echo. VB cable.
Oh, VB cable.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, got it.
Yeah. And the VB cable, you don't need to worry about it. You don't need to do anything at all. So you just install it on your computer and you're done. And
okay,
then
so
afterwards,
yeah,
when you set up the event here, you will click on the plus button.
Okay.
You're still able to see my screen, right?
Yep, yep.
Great. So click on the plus button, and then let's say you will select the floor first, and then add. And then once you selected the floor, you will see now it is not present. So you pin the floor, same as we did with the video stream. And then here on this toggle button, you click on it, and then you select VB cable.
Okay.
If you'd like, I can you can communicate with Julian, and we can do like a training like in details. If you didn't have any training on that, like we can do training in details and just explain everything on the AV console side. But
that should be fine. I can see what you've done there.
Yes,
I can follow that through.
Yes, so this is the idea. Please keep in mind, in the moment that you will add any channel, you do like at first, like for the audio channels. So for the audio channels, the way how you set it up, let me just close this one. It is the first button. So it is a remote audio broadcast. And then if you see, there are all the audio channels, they are already selected. But you don't want that. You want to add them one by one. Right. So you click on the first one, disable it, disable the second one, because I already have the floor right now, and just add it.
Okay.
And then once it is, you can select the VB cable here as well. Like for all the channels, they have to be like VB cable, like on all the channels.
Okay.
And here on the right side, where you see these two arrows, you click on it and pin the channel. The reason why you need to pin the channel, it is because it is like pinning the channel. It is what we call the floor pass-through. And what it happens when you pin the channel and the event is live, when interpreter is interpreting on the English channel, for example, and for some reason, like the interpreter goes off. If you don't do the floor pass through, and the channel will be completely like dead silent, won't be anything. But if you have the floor pass through, the channel won't be empty, but it will take the floor. So you will stream the original feed on this audio. And if you don't have the floor pass through, something to keep in mind as well, it is that you have to pay attention to the interpreters, like where they are interpreting, where they are listening to. So we do the floor pass through to be on the safe side. But of course, if you want the channels to be silent, you don't have to do the floor pass through.
So that means that when someone's listening, they're hearing the interpretation, plus they're also hearing a bit of the floor in the background. Is that
No,
right?
they're only hearing the interpretation.
Okay, but it's if that interpreter stops, then the floor will take over.
Yes. Like if the interpreter press the mic button and everything goes off, the floor will come through on the English channel. So let's say if the floor is in Spanish, interpreter goes off, you will be able to listen to the main speaker here on the English.
And that happens automatically as long as you have pinned each of the things.
Yes, you don't need to do anything. It happens automatically.
And if you don't pin them, then it will just go blank, yeah?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. But so on each one you pin the, so on the English one you've pinned English, on the floor one you've pinned the floor, yeah?
Yeah, so let me just remove them and then explain them to you like in a sec. So first we add you have a remote audio broadcast, you select the floor. So you deselect everything, only keep the floor.
Okay.
We select the VB cable here, or if you find another software, please feel free. Like the VB cable is the one that we found. It is pretty helpful, easy to use. So once you select the audio device here, if you click on these two arrows, the only channel that you will see, it is the floor channel. You won't be able to see anything. Click on it. So you see the not present, which is like, it's not a channel, it's just empty. Pin the floor channel and here you have it. The same happens with the English. You have English, you only see English here. You won't be able to see anything else. So you pin English, you add the Spanish, you will only be able to see the Spanish channel. You won't be able to see anything else.
Okay. So those will all then go into the system and the interpreters will be able to select their language to interpret with.
Yes, that is correct. Afterward, the interpreters will be able to select the languages. Okay,
so just at the top, you've got those little yellow warning triangles. What do those mean?
So these ones, it is, if you see, it is no or very low sound. This is what it says. It is, we are not streaming anything here. This is why it's saying that. But don't worry about it. If it is green or yellow, like don't stress out about it. It should still be working, but it is just an indicator that, okay, you might need to pay attention to it. If it turns red, then you have to pay more attention and just probably to take action.
Okay, so the one thing that I did notice when I used the app from the user end was that sometimes if the interpreter stopped interpreting because, for example, the event was in French and I was listening to an English interpretation, every now and then the event dropped back into English for whatever reason. And so the interpreter sort of stopped because obviously there was no need for the interpretation. But what I found was that I couldn't then hear the floor through the headphones I was on. I had to switch back to looking at it on directly on Zoom. So I'm guessing that was because the interpreter didn't switch off their microphone. If they had, they would have dropped back to English, would it?
Yes, that is correct. This is one explanation, and the other one, it is maybe on the event there was no floor pass through, so it did, like, it kept the channel silent.
But so I just need to remind them to do that. To just if they're not needing, if it's not needed, then they just need to just switch themselves off.
Yes, but as you probably noticed, like when you use the listeners app, like as a user, you can select the languages, like which ones you want to hear on the app.
Yeah,
so you can switch between them.
Okay. Yep, that's fine. So I think that I know how to set up the different audio channels and the sort of input for the video, which will be,
Yes.
that's fine. So once that's done, that is that all I need to do on this particular console?
On this console, yes. So in the moment that you will see interpreters joining, the console will change. You will see all the interpreters here, and then
Okay.
you will be like, you can communicate with interpreters. Like you can, when the interpreters join, like from this console, you will be able to see what devices they are using, what headset, what computers, what channels they have, like what language they are listening, and so on.
Okay. Okay.
And of
Brilliant.
course, like you will also be able to switch some functionalities for the interpreter. So for example, let's say if we have one interpreter who is interpreting like in Spanish and in English, like he has the both languages, and then for the moment, like he forgot to switch the channels, and then he's talking in English on the Spanish channel because he forgot to switch. From this console, you are able to switch it for him.
Okay.
Yeah, so like what you will see, like on the interpreter side, you will see something very similar to this.
Mm-hmm.
And then you will be able to select, like if the interpreter is on the English channel, you will be able to just switch it over and just click on the Spanish channel, for example.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I doubt we'll need that, but it's good to know that will be there. Okay, so I think that's it. Is there any other bits that you think we need to know?
This would be it actually. Like for this part, this would be like all you'd need for this type of event that you will have. So it is an event that we call a restreaming event. So
Yeah.
this is the only things that you'd need.
Okay, and so going back to the previous screen you had where we first got into this console, can we go back there and just show me if there's anything else on that screen that I need to be aware of?
On this screen?
No, this one. Yeah, this is it.
Yeah. So when you go on,
yeah, that's the AV console. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, if you click on the AV console, you will see. Let me close this first one. Let's close this one. So if you go on the AV console, you will see which one of the desks you will be able to operate.
Yep.
So you can join as an interpreter, you can join as an AV console. These are the only consoles that you will need for your event.
Okay.
Moderator console and participant desk, they are for different type of events, and it doesn't apply on your event.
Fine.
So for as long as you have those two consoles and you know how to operate them, you should be more than just fine.
Okay. That's good. Okay, and going back again to the previous screen, I saw something called recordings. Is that anything I need to? You've got your various buttons at the bottom: edit event, statistics, and recordings. What do they do?
Yes. So in the moment that you have to you create your own event,
Yep.
the edit event, it is like where you can edit an existent event.
Yeah.
So if you need to make changes on the event, like if I need to make changes on this event that I have, I can go and edit the event, then I will be able to make changes. But I cannot make too many changes. For example, if the event is live, I cannot add the interpreters, for example. But if the event is not running yet, of course, you can do all the changes. But first, you will need to unpublish the event, do the changes, and then publish it again. But there are some changes, for example, that you can do. For example, the recordings, like if the event is already live, you can just do the recordings. As you can see, it says, are you sure you want to enable the recording? So you can record all the channels, like if you want to have recordings afterwards. but the recordings, it is only audio recordings, not video recordings.
Yeah,
and
sure.
then the recordings, you will be able to find them here on the recordings. You click on the recordings and then you will be able to find all the recordings that you will have.
So does that have to be pressed before the event starts?
It is recommended to be done before the event start, but okay. For now, if you see the event is already live, if we go on the languages and videos, I can like, even though the event is live, I pressed on the record and then I am recording.
Okay, and that just will give me a audio file in that recording tab.
Yes, that is
that
correct.
I can download.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
But the for the recordings, there is like there is a different fee for the recordings. Like you'd need to communicate that with
Okay.
Julian or this. Yes.
Yeah, I don't think I'll need them because I'm going to record it through Zoom, so that's probably going to be okay.
Understood. Okay, like in case you need the recordings, you need to communicate with the Julian if he will be the responsible person for that. And then like, of course, and like for the recordings, like we do like editing on the recording. So for example, like if you need to cut some parts and have some parts and you don't want to do that on yourself, like the Interactio staff takes care of that one as well.
Okay. All right, I think I'm going to have to go now, but I think
same for me.
Do you think that has covered everything? If you're happy that you've covered everything, I'm pretty happy, and I'll go over it again on the recording.
We covered everything we need. This is all you will need for the event.
Brilliant.
Once you have the event set up, the way how to operate the event, it's everything that I already explained to you.
Great. All right, well, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Sure. Thank you for your time. Pleasure to be here with you. And as I mentioned, please feel free to reach out to me anytime you want or anytime you have any questions.
Okay, great. Thanks for your help.
Sure. My
Goodbye.
pleasure. Bye. Have a good day.
Thanks. Bye.